Hi, I'm Dennis Grubb, CEO and Chief Engineer here at Solaro Energy. I wanted to take the time to do a video that explains more about our company, a little bit about ourselves, and a whole lot of information about our products and what makes us different from all of our competitors. So if you'll hang with me for a few minutes, I'm going to go over all the details about our products, the unique aspects about our products, and exactly why I believe that our products are the absolute finest solar-powered ventilation products available in the world. It's our dedication to quality that makes us different. It's our dedication to unique innovations that we make in our product that makes us different. It's the long life cycle of our products that makes us different. So if you'll stay with me for a few minutes, I'm going to explain a whole lot about our company, about the fact that we're the only vertically integrated manufacturer in the world that manufactures solar-powered ventilation and lighting products. And we have a very wide range of products that we engineer, design, manufacture, and distribute right here in Socorro, New Mexico, and our new facility in Nacogdoches, Texas. First, I'll talk a little bit about myself and how I got involved in this industry. Back in 1990, I decided I enjoyed engineering and designing products so much that I opened up a manufacturing company in Phoenix, Arizona. Back in those days, I decided the first thing I wanted to make was something called a tubular skylight. So I designed a tubular skylight from scratch. It was a wonderful experience. I decided, how can I bring natural sunlight into a building? Initially, I started doing this with something called fiber optics. And then I evolved to a round tubular system. As a matter of fact, I got a couple of US patents on that. After I finished that product and started manufacturing it and distributing it throughout the world, I noticed that my home that I was living in Scottsdale, Arizona at the time, I could never keep it cool in the summertime. So I decided, how in the world can I keep my home cool? I went up in the attic one day and it was really hot. I took a temperature gauge up there and it was about 150 degrees. Now, as everyone probably knows, in Scottsdale, Arizona, in the summertime, it gets really hot. And so I thought, how in the world am I going to keep my house cool? So what I said is, I'm going to invent a solar-powered attic ventilation fan. So I did. I worked very hard for over a year, putting together various components, trying to figure out the absolute best way to ventilate and suck that hot, moist air out of my attic so that my air conditioning system could keep my home cool. And that's exactly how we got started with solar-powered attic ventilation systems. This is a good quality motor, as I also told you, it's a motion control motor. And so as a motion control motor, this motor will probably last 20 years because it's not going to be used that often. Now, inside, I explained that the solar panel would be connected at these 2 points. This is where the energy would be transferred. So I'm going to take this little tool. I'm going to unscrew this brush commutator right here and show you what's on the inside. This is literally a copper carbon brush. This brush, if you look closely at it, is designed to transfer the energy from the solar panel to the motor. This part is constantly wearing. So after a few years, this wears down to nothing and your motor stops. That's not a very green product. But to my defense, back then, 25 years ago, that's all that technology offered. So as I told you earlier, I knew I needed to create a better motor, a better fan motor combination. So what I did is I sat down and I designed a better system. I wanted something that eliminated all the problems of the past, but also took advantage of the newer technology that's available today. So what I did is I decided to design a product that's called a brushless motor system. That is, we eliminate those carbon copper brushes that I showed you earlier and went with a system that used 2 magnetic fields. And one magnetic field would cause the other magnetic field to turn. That eliminates a wear item. I also knew that I needed to create a system that was hermetically sealed. That is to protect the bearings on the inside from moisture. That would make the bearings last longer. So I specified something called a double shielded bearing system, but I hid those bearing systems inside of the motor and made it hermetically sealed so that it would last even longer. And then to a couple other points that I talked to you about earlier is, remember, the aluminum fan blade could not be balanced. It just is what it is. So I designed an injection molded system that uses a fire retardant polymer, very strong polymer that would not distort. You can't even bend these blades at normal RPMs. But I went even further, and so we designed a system that would allow us to balance each blade. You still see these little stainless steel weights here? These weights are applied when the motor is brought up to 3,000 RPMs, and just like the tires on your car, we note where the product is not balanced properly, and we actually put these little weights, as you can see. So now this motor at 3,000 RPMs is perfectly balanced. That adds life cycle to the bearings. So we've now addressed some of the most important components. Is we made sure that the bearings were protected so they wouldn't be exposed to harsh environments like the humidity that you see in an attic, but also humidity from places like near the coastline where there's a lot of salt air. So we wanted to protect that, which we did. Now we've addressed two of the major components. We've got a fan blade that is perfectly balanced. We have bearings on the inside of the unit that are perfectly shielded from the environment. But we went even one step further. If you look closely at these blades, we created a certain geometry. And what this geometry does is it moves more air with less energy. There's not been a company in the world that's ever taken it to this step. We went another step further. There's a technology in the solar industry called maximum power point technology. And that is, it's a microcircuit that looks at the energy that the solar panel is creating and matches that to the parameters of this motor. And that technology is built right inside of my motor, so that when I have even a cloudy day when it's raining, but there is light outside, my unit continues to operate. It operates at a lower RPM level, but it still operates at a parameter that matches the heat that's outside. So this system is going to work 12 hours a day, whether it's raining outside or whether it's sunny outside. Again, no one else in the entire world has ever done this. And this gives me a product that has a long life cycle. When I say long life cycle, we give this a lifetime warranty. Myself and my engineers have calculated the life cycle of this motor to approximately 35 to 40 years. I'm pretty sure that all of you out there watching this video would consider that if this product lasted 35 to 40 years in your home, you would consider that to be a good life cycle, wouldn't you? What I did is I had my engineers make up this mock-up. This is an actual miniature version of one of our products. This is one of our most popular products. This uses a round solar panel, which incidentally, we developed this technology. We're the only company in the world where we take the solar panel and then we embed it into the housing, and it's sealed just like the windshield on your car. So it'll last essentially forever with no water infiltration into the unit. But there's a lot of technology here that we're going to talk about. And technology, again, just like the motor that we manufacture, makes our products work better than the competition. It's not just about taking a solar panel, matching it to a motor and hope it works. We are experts in air distribution and air movement. In other words, when we designed this, we wanted to make sure that when the attic air comes into this unit, that it's going to evenly be distributed throughout the entire outside perimeter with little or no turbulence. We call it airflow technology. And so on the inside, what you'll see here is, if you look closely right here. Okay, so when this is installed on your home or your building, the air obviously goes to the inside. The fan blade sucks the air inside, and in all of the competitive products on the market, that hits a flat surface. which creates a lot of turbulence. I wanted to eliminate those turbulence, and so I created this rounded shape here. It mimics that of a jet engine. Let's take a look at one of the actual components that is this part right here. Further explain to you exactly what's going on, we took two of the components and we're laying it out here on the table. So when the fan is operating, it's sucking air in. That air is coming in and hitting this curved surface. So as the unit is turning, it's bringing the air from the attic or the crawl space or whatever area we're trying to ventilate. And that air is hitting this curved surface and exiting out the outside of the unit. Okay, so to explain to you a little bit more detail, we put together these two components so I could show you. When the fan is operating and sucking air from the attic or crawl space or whatever area we're trying to ventilate, the air is brought in through the fan, it hits this curved surface and then exits out the side of the unit very efficiently. We call this active air technology. It greatly improves the performance by about 35%. That's a pretty big improvement, and that's just one of the standard features that we offer in our products. To wrap it up, with reference to this motor system that we created, the system was created as a unit. In other words, the motor system, the electronics built into it, the fan blade, the balancing system, and the geometry that we created have been perfectly matched to the motor. In other words, this is not a situation where I go buy a fan blade from one company and I go buy a motor from another company and put the two together and hope it works. This system has been designed as an integral unit. Again, no one else has ever done that with these features and these benefits. Another feature that I want to talk about is not seen on any product also in the world, is inside of this unit, this outer housing here is 100% isolated from the internal components and the motor. It uses 4 isolation dampening units on the inside that further eliminate any vibration. The only complaint, we've been doing this for over 10 years, the only complaint we ever get from our customers is they can't hear it, so they don't know the unit's working. That's how quiet it is. And that's a feature that I'm very, very proud of. So when you consider doing business with a company, ask yourself, do you want to buy a product once, install it, and forget it? Or do you want to buy a product and know that every 3 to 5 years you have to change it out? That's the difference that Solaro Energy offers, is we make products that are designed to be installed and you can forget about it. That's the Solaro Energy difference. Okay, so we're here in the factory with Devon. He's one of our engineers and operates many of our machines out here in the factory. This is a fiber laser machine. We use this machine to do much of the cutting of our metal. And so I'm going to ask Devon to show you a little bit more about how the machine works and why it's important to note that we're doing everything here in the United States. We're not subbing this out. We're not an assembly house. We're truly a manufacturer. So, Devon, tell us a little bit about your machine.
Right now, what I have it set as, draw up the blueprints on my computer, and I transfer it to the machine, and the machine converts the blueprint into code, and the code tells the robot arm or the laser head to follow that pattern, and it cuts said pattern. And it's very efficient. I can run this machine up to 2,500 inches per minute. For the metal that we have, it is very optimal. It's a cost-effective, low energy usage.
Okay, so this is another one of the machines that we use here at the Solaro Energy factory. What this machine is, this is a computer-controlled metal spinning machine. Years and years ago, this used to be done by hand. It was very slow and very laborious. We've invested over $1 million in this particular machine. This is a machine that comes out of Europe. It allows us to take a blank. If you look right here, we take this blank, we put it in, turn the machine on, and in a matter of seconds, this is what comes out. Now, of course, this has been powder coated, but this is an example. This is aircraft grade aluminum. When the machine is turned on, the systems and the tooling in here will actually form it and create this part. And it does it all within 60 seconds. This is what allows us to be and remain competitive in a worldwide market, but also to produce consistent, repeatable products.
Okay, so this, like that it says, this machine works like a, it's just a lathe, but it is completely computer operated. You would put your passes as what you would do on a manual lathe in the computer, and the system is intelligent enough to run these passes very accurately without damaging yourself and or the machine.
One of the things that's very unique about this is the company that made this comes out of Europe, and they've come out here a few times to train us on the proper use of this particular machine. But it's extremely sophisticated, and that's one of the technologies that we embraced early on because we knew that we needed to produce really high quality, very repeatable quality products, but also remain competitive, again, in this worldwide market. And it's employees like Javon and the rest of our employees here at Solaro Energy that allows us to do that. And we're doing it right here in Socorro, New Mexico. And as I said, we have a brand new factory in Nacogdoches, Texas, which we're doing other products that we're manufacturing utilizing the same level of technology. I'm going to leave it to Javon to take you on a tour through the factory and show you different aspects of what we're doing, just so you can understand that this is truly an American engineered, American manufactured product. So Javon, why don't you go ahead and give them a tour, show them the powder coating area and other aspects, and show them some of the finished product that we produce here.
Yes, sir. Right here is our powder coat area. That's where we apply well, a layer of paint pretty much. It is a really effective way of getting these black. So what happens is that we wash all of the lubricant that we have from the press bay and the spinner off of the pieces, and it gives it a clean surface for the powder coat to stick. Then we move this whole operation to the oven. The oven will bake all of the parts. It will evaporate the water before powder coating, so we have a dry product. And then when we move it into the powder coat booth, we apply the powder coat to a charged panel or a charged base, and the powder coat will stick because it's negatively charged. After we get a couple racks set up, powder coated, we throw in the oven and it will bake it to a gloss finish. And this is our press bay. It is our secondary forming tool for getting our shapes from flat pieces to actual parts.
Okay, so in closing, now that you've had a complete overview of our company, our products, our factory, our manufacturing, I just wanted to close with thanking you for watching this video. I know it was long, but it was important for me to be able to show you exactly the commitment that Solaro Energy has made in this industry, and the effort that we've put into taking quality people like Javon and teaching him a great industry that's going to provide him with a solid future, because you can see we've taken this young man and we've taught him how to use all this equipment, and he's what makes Solaro Energy. People like him, people like the many other employees that we have here at Solaro Energy, that's our commitment that we've made in America, because when you buy a product from us, you're helping to provide a great future for people like Javon and others here at Solaro Energy. So thanks for watching. We hope that this answers most of your questions with regard to our company and the fact that we do engineer and manufacture these products right here in the United States, and we're very proud of that. We hope to see you very soon to be one of our customers. Thank you and goodbye.